I turn on the internets, and what do I find? Down goes Edwards. Down goes Edwards.
Spoken to both Senator Clinton and Senator Obama. They have both pledged to me, and more importantly through me, to America, that they will make ending poverty central to their campaign for the presidency.
Now there's polls out, and I've told you that the polls have been all over the place. The latest one has most of Edwards supporters going to Hillary Clinton. Last poll is 40 to 24 going to Hillary Clinton. But that is not a settled issue at all. There's demographic considerations, white voters, female voters, male voters, etc. But there's also the consideration of what Edwards will do. One of his top advisors, Mudcat Saunders, was on MSNBC earlier, and he said, they asked him which way is Edwards going to go. Is he going to endorse one of the candidates, which is, of course, huge if he does. And he said, I don't know. And I talked to him for a long time this morning, and he didn't make it clear to me, and I'm not sure he's going to endorse or whether he's going to endorse and who it would be between the two candidates. But that being said, and this was strong language, he said, I argued very vociferously to make sure that he did not endorse Hillary Clinton. I was like, damn, Mudcat's not playing. And Norah O'Donnell doing the interview was kind of taken aback, like, she's like, really? Why did you make that claim? And he's like, well, 22nd Amendment, I believe in it, meaning that the Clintons shouldn't serve another term in office. And he said, look, in rural America, the Clintons have not been kind to my folks. Because he's from rural Southern America. He's a white gentleman. Okay, but he says, look, it looks like Sherman went through here, but without the fires. I think he might be overstating the case a little bit. But he's passionate about the issues, passionate about poverty, and he's a real progressive fighter. And I think from my perspective, I think he's overstating how much damage the Clintons did to rural America. I flat out don't even agree with him. But that being said, he is of the belief that the Clintons were very wrong on NAFTA and that it did significant damage to poorer folks in rural southern states. So he's arguing for Edwards to support Obama very, very strongly. So the average voter doesn't necessarily know, and the numbers bear this out. This is why I bring it up, that Edwards is, more progressive, and so is Obama, and that Hillary is less progressive than those two. The average voter is like, Hillary Clinton, liberal. Yeah, I got it. I'm liberal, and she's liberal. Let's go along with that. But his advisors do know that, and his advisors are very aware that his viewpoint is more aligned with Obama's than Hillary Clinton's. Now, that's a generalization, and some of you out there who are Edwards supporters might think, no, I lean towards Hillary for good reasons. But his advisors are, from what I have read and from what I have seen, are leaning towards Obama. So if he comes out with an endorsement before Super Tuesday, that might help Obama a lot. If he doesn't, who knows? It might, in some crazy way, help Hillary Clinton.